Hello, my friends. We are back. It is January, it is 2025, and we're back with the first episode of the Career Diet podcast for this year. I am feeling so good, so motivated, so energized going into January, going into this year. I have major plans for this year, both personal, travel, health, and for the Career Diet. Here at the Career Diet HQ, we are expanding my team. So we had two new people start this Monday, so just a couple of days ago. And I honestly just cannot wait to see where we take 2025 together. What this means for you is that we'll be able to support even more job seekers on your way to your dream six-figure role. So, on the one hand, I want to focus on serving more of you, but on the other hand, I also want to focus on doing things that I love doing, and that is coaching, that is content creation. So, I am building my year and my weeks, my months very intentionally. And that's why I am growing my team so that things I don't necessarily love doing so much, my team can take over. And to me, that is what a dream career is. And building your dream career intentionally is, meaning that you get very clear on what gives you energy, what makes you just happy to start your day on Monday, and making sure that with each year that passes, you do more of those things in your day. So you're looking for roles, and within those roles, you're looking for projects where you get to do those things that you actually thrive in and enjoy doing. And with my clients inside my job search coaching program, the Star Candidate, we started this year with a bang. We just had our first group coaching session just yesterday. And oh my goodness, it is still the first week of January while I'm recording this episode. And I am blown away with the results that my clients are sharing already, even though it's the first week of January. So, yesterday on the call, four people told me that they have been interviewing over the holidays and that they have booked interviews in this next couple of weeks. Two of those people told me that they're interviewing for three roles right now, and all roles are the exact roles that they actually have designed for themselves that they really, really want to make their reality this year. Can you believe that? They're interviewing for three roles in the first week of January. And then six people told me that they have multiple networking conversations already booked for this week and next. And I cannot stress this enough. When I'm hearing that, well, first of all, I'm celebrating them so hard. But second of all, I know that these are the star candidates who are going to land their dream opportunities in Q1. Because if you've been listening to the podcast, they did what I call pre-season. So they started in November and December, and they were setting themselves up for success. They were reaching out to their target employers. They were building their brand online. They have been practicing their interview skills. They have been working on their mindset very hard. So now in the beginning of the year, in Q1, first week, they are set up for success. And I can guarantee that in the next 4 to 6 weeks, they will have offers, which is why for the last couple of months, I kept telling you guys that November and December is your pre-season so that you land your opportunity in Q1. So the best time to start was in November and December. The second best time to start, if again, your goal is that dream six-figure role, the second best time to start is right now. Q1 is really my favorite time to job search, which, by the way, I'll say that about every single time of the year because I can truthfully find enjoyment and benefits in job searching throughout the year. But January is so special for a number of reasons. Number one, I bet you're feeling excited with your goals and what you want to create for this upcoming year. And that I would say is the most important piece. But on the other hand, a lot of employers are picking up hiring. And I have talked about this in the past that even though you see tons of articles in media right now, they're saying that Q1 is the best time to job search because budgets are being renewed. That's actually not exactly true because budgets are being renewed based on every single specific company's end of quarters and end of their fiscal year. And it is different for different companies. So budgets are renewed all throughout the year, which again is good news for you because you can land that dream opportunity at any time. But for a lot of employers, now that they're out of the holidays, they are going into Q1 with, all right, what are our goals? How are we going to achieve them? So a lot of them are looking at bringing in new talent for that reason. And a lot of them, hiring managers including, are feeling the same way you're feeling. All right, let's figure out our hiring. Let's figure out our team. I am now energized, motivated. Let's go. So, all of that is to say that, my friend, this is your time to shine. This is your time to go all out right now in January to secure your dream role in Q1. And if you're serious about it, join us inside the Start Canada program. It is my job search coaching program where I guide you step by step how to figure out what's next for you, what is this dream opportunity really is. And even if you're already thinking, hey, I know the type of role that I'm looking for, I help you to further narrow that down so that you don't get burned by taking the wrong opportunity where it's a toxic team, toxic environment, toxic boss. So I help you to really get crystal clear of what is the right opportunity for you in this period of time of your life, and then how to land it without applying for jobs online. Because job searching can be tough, and it is tough for most people, and it does affect your confidence. Even when you started with, this is going to be amazing, I'm so ready for my next chapter. But the second you face any sort of adversity, you start doubting yourself and you start doubting, wait, am I actually the superstar that I thought that I was? So join us and let's do it together. All right. For this episode, what I would love for us to dive into is my predictions for job search in 2025. So I'm going to share 5 key trends that I have noticed have been picking up over the last couple of years. And in the last 6 months, it really became clear to me that going into this next year, these trends that we'll talk about are going to be key. And what we'll talk about will affect how you job search. It will affect how you think about your career, because I'll share what the top candidates are doing right now. Because, my friend, I don't want for you to be left behind. Let's get into it. My prediction number 1 is that as a society, we are moving away from prestige to purpose. And here's what I mean by that. Job seekers, even at the top of their field, are moving away from only pursuing a specific title or a big name company or money to wanting to have the money and the lifestyle, but also truly enjoying what they do and really aligning with what they do. And the reason I bring this up is I talk to so many job seekers in Europe, in North America, and they are superstars. But they tell me, hey, I am making great money. I actually do enjoy my team. I am challenged. But let's say I'm working for a petroleum company and what I do is sell plastic. And I just don't feel good about that. I don't align with that. I would rather do something good for the world. And I would rather work on how to make that sustainable. Or I would have clients in the Start Canada program who come in and say, listen, I work in tech. I'm making multiple 6 figures. So again, I have that prestige and that very comfortable lifestyle, but I just don't care about selling this specific tech product. I am telling you that every single one of my clients is coming in with, I want to be happy. And I believe that I'm a millennial. And if you're a millennial, you probably grew up in the hustle culture where the idea of a great career and a great life was to go to a good school, get a quote unquote good job at a well-known company and climb the ladder. And then at some point, get married, buy a house, and that's your life. That's the picture of success. But what we have realized, myself included, is that there is more to life than just working for a big name company and climbing the ladder. And what we have realized is that this hustling towards the top only made us feel burned out and completely disconnected with what we do. At the same time, we all realize that yes, work is a big part of our life, a big part of our day, and a lot of us spend more time at work and or with our coworkers and clients and manager than we do with our loved ones. So the big chunk of our day and week and lives that is spent at work, we now want to spend doing something that makes us feel good, that we are proud of. So now the top candidates are asking themselves, okay, well, what parts of my career and my job am I enjoying that I want to take with me into my next role? And what parts I'm not enjoying? So again, that can be work-life balance, that can be your the product that you're working with, that can be what the company does and stands for. And how do I find a role that allows me to have both alignment, joy, enjoyment, and money and lifestyle? And I have seen this trend become stronger in the last couple of years. Well, let's say almost 5 years ago, when I started career coaching, we were still very much focused on big brand name companies. And honestly, this shift makes me so happy because if you know my story, this is exactly what I have gone through myself and really went to look for the right role for me, the one where I'm making impact and affecting real humans and real lives, which is how I got into the recruitment industry before I started career coaching. And also, I will say that this type of work, helping you find clarity on what this next chapter is that will make you happy, makes me so happy. And everyone who has joined us in the last couple of months in the Start Canada program has told me that this is what they want. They want clarity, they want happiness, they want to enjoy what they do. And I just could not be more proud for bringing this community of people together. All right, so that is my first prediction. Success is being redefined. Prediction number 2. Online applications are becoming obsolete. Yes, I said it. And I have been talking about this for years and years now, saying that online applications is not the way to go if you are targeting this next level role where you're not only making more money and are supporting your dream lifestyle, but you're also actually enjoying what you do. But here's what's new for 2025. In the last couple of years, there have been more and more AI tools that help you customize your resume and that help you apply for 100 to up to 1,000 jobs online every single day, which just blows my mind in not necessarily a good way. And by the way, I get reached out to by these AI companies that, again, help you apply for hundreds of jobs every single day. I get approached by these companies at least once a week because they want to collaborate with me. And I say no every single time because even though I'm passing on really income from those partnerships, it is not the way to go. I wholeheartedly believe that using AI to mass apply is not what's going to get you to your dream role. And oh my gosh, absolutely. There's place and time for when you want to use AI. And it is an incredible tool, and I use it every single day, but not to apply for jobs. Because think about it this way. If everyone now can apply to, I don't know, 500 jobs a day, imagine how many more applications employers now get for every single role. Now, the market was already saturated. Employers were already getting hundreds of applications for every single role. Now it's thousands. So I used to say that if you are going for any sort of change, function, industry, location, seniority, any sort of change, applying online for those jobs is probably not going to work because of how the ATS system is set up. It's looking for the exact match. They're looking for the safest and easiest hire. So they're looking for someone ideally who has done this job before. So in the past, I used to say that if you're going for any sort of change, don't spend your time applying for jobs online. But now in 2025, with this AI trend and with thousands of applications per role, Now, I would say that even if you're staying in your industry, in your function, it is going to be significantly harder for you to get an interview. And I see that again with job seekers every single day. They would come to me and say, listen, in the past, it was no problem for me to land interviews. But now that I'm job searching in end of 2024 or now into 2025, I'm not sure what's happening because I have done this 4 years ago. But now I'm applying and I'm not hearing back, even though I am a perfect match for this opportunity. And that is again because AI now has flooded the market with resumes. And because there are so many of them, they just become less important. So, I have always been an advocate for building your network and instead of applying, getting in front of the decision makers proactively and strategically. So, that is still very much your strategy going into 2025. At the same time, now, and that will be actually my prediction number three, now your personal brand becomes more important. So, instead of applying for jobs online, now it's all about who you know and who knows you, so your network, and what they know about you, so your personal brand online. And that brings me to prediction number three. Personal brand is the new resume. 2025 is the year when we'll see the rise of personal branding. We have seen that over the last couple of years that some corporate professionals who are, early adapters and are ahead of the curve have been building their online presence and were being noticed by the companies that they actually wanted to work with. They were changing industries drastically without really having to do anything because they had this personal brand. And their network grew exponentially because now, on top of strategically building their network, their brand was working for them to grow that network. And my prediction is that from 2025 and moving forward, professionals with a strong online presence will dominate. Now, this does not mean that you need to become an influencer, that you need to become a content creator and, post videos online multiple times a day. In 2025, you have to learn how to work loud, meaning that you have to learn how to share your wins, your expertise, your lessons online on platforms like LinkedIn. Because think about it this way. Let's say you're a project manager and you have your LinkedIn profile and you're working for, let's say, a bank. And there are actually hundreds, if not thousands, of project managers working at big banks wherever you are in the world. And let's say you're a project manager with just that profile versus you're a project manager that posts to LinkedIn once or twice a week. And again, you talk about what it's like to be a project manager. So you talk about your team, about the projects that you're working on, the challenges that you've had working on this project, how you overcame them. You're talking about the wins. You're talking about the feedback from your manager, from your client, how successful the project was despite the challenging. So now, if I am a hiring manager and I come across your profile and I open it and I see you talk about these things versus compare you to someone who doesn't, you immediately seem a lot more senior and experienced, and you're the person that I want to talk to first. And top professionals are already doing it. In fact, at the end of 2024 in November, I launched my brand new program, LinkedIn Authority Builder. It was only open for my clients. And by the way, I will be opening it up to everyone in 2025, but we started with just my clients and they are doing this. They are already, because they are star candidates, they are posting on LinkedIn because they want to be seen as a thought leader, as an authority in their industry. And they're using this both to accelerate their job search, but also so that they get promoted faster once they get this new job, so that they really don't have to job search again, because now they have this really strong brand, which also helps them grow their network. And now those opportunities from now on come to them. And I know that for some of you listening, you're thinking, Anna, absolutely not. I will not be someone posting content online. This is just not for me. But hate it or love it, this is going to be the future. And building your personal brand online is not an option anymore. So it's kind of like trying to fight the internet in the 90s or trying to fight AI right now and say that, no, I am against it and I will not use it. You don't have to, but the world will. And people who adapt and learn how to use it to their advantage are the people who will end up on top. All right, prediction number 4 is the rise of soft skills. I know that there has been a lot of conversation over the last couple of years around how AI is going to affect the job market and different jobs and what kind of jobs are going to become obsolete. Now, some jobs will for sure no longer exist in the next few years, but for most jobs, they will become different because AI will automate a lot of our tasks, which is actually amazing. So we'll just work faster, similarly to how the internet did that for us 20 years ago. But what AI cannot replace and automate is human interaction. So, what you need to focus on in 2025 and beyond is your soft skills. So, your communication skills, leadership skills, empathy, relationship building. Those are not a given, those are very much skills. And for example, let's take relationship building. I have spent over a decade in sales learning how to initiate relationships and build relationships. And I'm telling you, it is a skill because now I teach how to do that. So I teach networking to professionals in Europe and North America. And when we get into the details of it, even very senior professionals are telling me, wow, I had no idea. And these little tweaks and how to approach different conversations and how to steer conversations strategically into a certain direction and how to get people to like us. That is a skill that we were not taught. So, my friend, if you want to get ahead, you have to learn those soft skills. Another one I'll mention, communication skill. Despite the fact that I worked in sales in different industries, communication was not something that was naturally easy for me. In fact, in my early 20s, I think I was kind of awkward. And I was also, because I was living abroad and I was speaking English as a foreign language, there were a lot of challenges that I had to face. And now I get featured by major media in video interviews. There's an interview I did for CNBC about a year ago. And I still every single day get messages on LinkedIn of people saying me that they found me through that CNBC interview. Last year, LinkedIn flew me to LA to film 2 courses for LinkedIn Learning. So it very much is learnable. So soft skills is very much something that you can learn no matter your starting point, but you have to make it your priority in 2025. And finally, prediction number 5 is top candidates are still very much looking for flexibility. Now, in the last year, we have seen major employers force us to go back to the office full time. And while I understand why employers are doing that, top candidates are saying, this does not work for me. I want balance. I want more flexibility. I want to be able to, whether it's travel and work remotely parts of the year, which is actually what I'm doing. If you haven't heard, every single winter, my partner and I go away because it gets so cold in Toronto, in Canada, where we live. And I'm just not made for this type of weather, even though I know I'm a Russian Canadian. So technically I am made for this weather, but it is really, really hard for me to keep up my energy and motivation this time of year. So we typically go away for the winter, and we have done Mexico and Argentina in previous years, and we're going somewhere new this year. So stay tuned. A lot of top candidates are saying that they either want that, they want that flexibility, and they want to travel. And I think I've shared maybe the story on the podcast before, but one of the clients from the Start Canada program, in the last couple of years, she was in the program 2 years ago, and she got a job with 40% salary increase. She's working in sustainability. So she was really connected to the core of what she was doing. She was working with the UN and WWF, and she got promoted. So she's thriving. And one thing that she really wanted was to be able to travel. And she initially was thinking, maybe I'll leave this opportunity so I can explore the world a little bit. But they love her so much that just actually earlier this week, she left for India, and she's spending the next couple of months traveling through India and working part-time. So they love her so much that they offered her to stay on part-time hours, part-time pay, but that allows her to do what she loves and travel and explore the world for a certain period of time. And then when she comes back, guess what? She's getting a promotion. What? Unfreaking heard of. But my point is that that's what top candidates want, either flexibility to travel or flexibility to not having to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning so that you get your workout in, you get your kids ready, you drop off your kids, and then you drive downtown to the office. And then you do that all over again after work because that is hours of your time. So my clients coming into the Start Canada program are telling me, listen, I am, again, successful, I'm paid well, but I'm not willing to sacrifice my mental health and I want that work life balance. And because the top candidates are saying that, employers will have to work with that. And it also means to me that, and some employers won't want to follow that, and that's okay. But I'm telling you, and I see that every single day with my clients, that we now live in the world where a large number of employers do want for you to have this flexibility because they want for you to be happy and they know that those star candidates, those top candidates, they want flexibility. All right, my friends. So these are my top predictions for job search and career in 2025. I am so curious how these resonated with you and would love to hear back. It makes me so happy when you guys message me on LinkedIn at Anna Believa. I will link it in the show notes or on Instagram at The Career Diet and tell me, Anna, I've been listening to your podcast and I'm loving it, or that it helped you get interviews or it helped you land your dream role. Just there is nothing that makes me happier than receiving those messages. So if you have any thoughts, feedback, please send me a note. It really means the world to me. And if you have a minute, leave me a review on Apple Podcast. It really helps the podcast out. And of course, if you're ready to take action, if you are ready to make that dream six-figure role your reality in Q1 this year, 2025, if you want the role that gives you that flexibility, that gives you the lifestyle that you want, so that pays what you deserve, but also the role that you enjoy, that you're proud of, join us inside the Start Canada program. That's exactly what we do together. You have my support every step of the way until you get the job. I would be thrilled to help you on this journey. And as for the podcast, I have tons planned for you for the next couple of months. There will be really juicy episodes coming out in the next few weeks. We'll be really diving into how you're going to be landing this next level opportunity in 2025. So stay tuned. Bye for now, and I will see you in the next episode.